Tri-State sports leader. This is WGEM Sports Extra.
Nothing beats some basketball action early in the day, and that's exactly what was on the docket this afternoon as Mark Twain and Palmyra got ready to duke it out after being postponed last night. Good crowd on hand for day 2 of the Tony Lanzini tournament. Let's pick up late second quarter. Palmyra with the big lead, but Josh Black wasn't going down without a fight. He takes it to the rack for the tough earn 2. He wasn't done either. Very next possession, he tries his luck from downtown after a couple friendly bounces, comes away with the triple. Palmyra led 46-16 at the half, and the Panthers will pick up right where they left off. Ryan McKinney getting the bucket right there. The orange and black were feisty on defense. The Bach brothers come away with the steal. Hudson Bach coming up empty on the other end, but McKinney is there to clean up the mess. Palmyra will continue to attack down low. This time, Carson Hicks gets the job done in the painted area. Tigers looking for an answer. Kevin Cruz on the following possession with the hesitation move, pulls up from the wing. He'll splash home the mid-range jumper. The Tigers left it all out on the court, but when the final buzzer sounds, Palmyra would go on to win this one 82-30. The Mark Twain girls were also in action this afternoon, looking to pull off the upset versus the Canton Lady Tigers. They had their work cut out for them. Canton working the ball down low to Kendall Weathers. She knocks this one off the glass for the pair. Fast forward, Macy Fisher coming away with the steal. She'll put some nice touch on this one as she cruises to the hoop for 2. Fisher put on a defensive clinic in this one. She comes away with another steal, turning on the Jets and dishing it to Weathers for the easy bucket. Mark Twain looking to weather the storm, you could say. They find Jocelyn Huddleston in the corner. She'll spot up and splash home the triple to get her team on the board, but Ken would respond in a hurry. Kylan Ott comes away with the steal. She'll step back, wait a sec, lets it fly, and answers back with the 3 of her own. In the end, Canton would continue to fire on all cylinders, and they would take down the Tigers 67-22. Clark County took on the reigning Tony Lanzini champs in Van Far for the 6 o'clock game. Wrapping up the third quarter, there's Clark County's Kendrick Hurt spinning out of harm's way, and he'll drill the floater in the paint. On the very next play, Van Far trying to beat the buzzer, and they'll get the 3 up just in time. They'll make it a 58-27 game going into the 4th. Looking to find some juice, Kendrick Hurt goes for the 3, misses the mark. Austin Day gets the rebound, but misses his shot. Third time's the charm, you say. Chase Webster with the rebound and put back for 2 is good. A few plays later, and Austin Day comes back into the spotlight. He'll pump fake and connect at the rack for the 2 more points. Watch this next play, though. That's Chase Webster coming off a breakaway and snagging the easy layup to chip away at that Van Far lead. Clark County trying to add more points to the board. They'll fish it out to Coric Webster, who plows through the defender and gets the bucket off the floater. Clark County never gave up, but they would fall to Van Far in this one 64-43. On the girls' side of things, the Lady Pirates of Hannibal took on Clark County, and Hannibal was ready to rock and roll. Early in the first quarter, they'll dish it out to Abby Martin, who paves her way down to the lane and gets the tough earned bucket. The next play, Hannibal will send it down low to Aubrielle Krigbaum, and the Lady Pirates use a similar play to tack on 2 more. Clark County ready to respond. Kaylee Yates helps with a little jumper to get the Indians on the board. Mariah Mayfield was great in this one and had a great night tonight for Hannibal. She gets the steal and will take it down low. Does a little slick spin move and finishes with the hook shot. What a great play from Mariah. She won't be done, though. The Lady Pirates set up another play for Mayfield, this time from beyond the arc, and that one's nothing but net. The Pirates were all gas, no breaks tonight, and that'll help them get the 49-20 victory over Clark County in the tournament quarterfinals. In the final game of the night, Canton was taking on Highland, and this one was good right from the beginning. Canton would find Caleb Cox beyond the arc. He'll let it fly, and he'll come away with 3 points to put his team up. The Tigers wouldn't stop their defense, powering the early offense in this one. They'll feed their main man, Preston Brewer, in the break. He fights through the contact and gets the bucket plus the foul. And when you talk about the Tigers, Brewer is usually the guy you think of, but Cox shot lights out from 3-point line. Here he is again from downtown. The Cougars were trying to imitate the Tigers. Camp and find Sawyer Harshberger in the corner. He spots up and cans this one from 3-point land. Highland looking to build off that momentum, this time pushing the pace. They'll find Lane Hinton, and he connects at the rack for the tougher and 2. However, the Tigers continue to set the tone on the other side. Tyler Fraser bowling his way to keep adding to the Canton lead. Highland fought hard and fought all the way to the end, but would end up falling to Canton in this one. The Tony Lanzini is always great this time of year, and this year's queen of the tourney is Elena Lohman. Congrats to her. WGM's Victoria Bordenga was hanging out all night in Palmyra and is standing by now to break down day 2 of the tournament.
Thanks, Brendan. This game just wrapped up a little bit ago. Canton is going to move on to 10-4 on their season, and they're obviously going to advance in the tournament as well. This was a big win for Canton. Just a couple weeks ago, they lost to Palmyra in the Highland tournament, so they're trying to kind of right their wrongs with this tournament, and advancing gets them a little bit one step closer to accomplishing that. This team played great tonight, though. They play with a lot of grit every single game. You can tell that they love the sport. They love playing with each other. They fight for each other on that court. They just play with a lot of grit, and it shows that they're hungry and they want to win these games. Obviously, there's still a few more games left before they get to that championship round if they can do so, but I wouldn't count this team out. Again, they play with a lot of heart. It's fun to watch them on the court, just how many buckets they put up. I mean, just tonight alone, they nearly put up 70 points. So I think you can expect more production from this team as the tournament goes on. Now, the last time that Canton won the Tony Lanzini tournament was in 2015. I was a junior in high school, so that kind of paints a picture of the time frame. This team is hungry to accomplish a championship here in Palmyra. Again, we'll see in a couple days if they're able to do that or not, but for now, reporting in Palmyra, Victoria Bordenga, WGM Sports.
Thanks, Victoria. As I mentioned earlier, there was plenty of local games happening tonight, but down in Soggy Country, Pittsfield was back on the hardwood taking on Auburn. WGM Steve Luden was on the scene and joins us back in the studio to break down the action.
Well, nothing like a big basketball game to break up the chill of a frigid night, and nobody loves their basketball more than Pittsfield. It was Pittsfield hosting Auburn. Auburn came into this one with a 17-2 record, but not state ranked. The Saukeys were 12-5 on the season and needed a good one to get things turned around for this season's stretch drive. One of Auburn's 2 losses this year was by 12 to West Central. The Saukeys had defeated them by 4, so this one could have been a dandy. Right off the bat, Auburn with a shot by Carter Hunley to get them going, and then the Saukeys bounced right back. Hayden Gratton to Connor Allen, and it looked like this was going to be a shootout. The Trojans rebounded well, and here Grant Dobson gets a second chance bucket, and you could see that former QD and QU forward coach Brian McNeil might have taught them a thing or two. Carter Hunley led Auburn with 14 points, and he was a handful tonight for Pittsfield. But early, Pittsfield's offense was clicking. Brad Tomhave's club was hanging in there against a pretty good squad. Brendan Tomhave gets one to Hayden Gratton there. It was a 2-point game. Then Javon Petty on the drive. Pittsfield was tied after 1 quarter, but in the second and third quarter, they couldn't shoot a lick. And after that, Auburn went ahead and pulled away. The final score, Auburn wins it 56-42, and the Saukeys fall to 12-6 on the season. Brendan, back to you.
Thanks, Steve. On the college hardwood, Western Illinois standout freshman continues to reel in the awards. First-year guard Reagan McCowan just collected her 7th Ohio Valley Conference Freshman of the Week award. During the last stretch of play, she averaged 16 points and 4 rebounds. She also knocked down 66.7% of her three-point shots over that 2-game span. McCowan extended her double-digit scoring streak to 9 games at UT Martin. The freshman guard posted 10 points while corralling 4 rebounds on Saturday at Eastern Illinois. McCowan erupted for her 6th 20th-point game of the season with 22 points and 4 rebounds. The Leathernecks will return to Western Hall on Saturday to battle the Tigers of Tennessee State. Sticking with the Leathernecks, the Western Illinois men's basketball team is having an incredible first year in the Ohio Valley Conference. The purple and gold sit alone atop the OVC standings after Morehead State fell to SIUE last weekend. Western Illinois is the last undefeated team in conference play, and right now CBS predicts them as a 16 seed for the March Madness tournament. If the Leathernecks go on to win the conference tournament at the end of the season, it would be the program's first time making it to the big dance. Also, be sure to check out the latest Potts report. WGM sports writer John Potts breaks down the local connection between the national champion runner-up Huskies and the Tri-States. You can find that story and many more from Mr. Potts on our website, WGM.com/sports. While it wasn't the busiest night, it was still a great night for high school basketball. The Tony Lanzini tournament was able to get all their games in, and fingers crossed, more tournaments will be ramping up tomorrow, including the North Shelby basketball tournament. But for right now, that's all the time we have for sports. Thanks for dropping by, and have a great night.